welcome to a new video. Here I am going to be modifying these boots a little bit to match my cosplay better. I got these secondhand from Poshmark and they're these warm toned purple velvet boots and I think that they are going to work really well. Here is the velvet burnout that I'm going to be adding on to match my outfit better. And as you can see, they are different tones. This velvet is a bit more of a true royal purple, whereas the boots are definitely warmer, but I do think that contrast is going to work out very nicely once I have the fabric on. I have two different ideas that I'm thinking of. So the first one is covering both the toe and the heel block with this velvet, and then covering that seam line between the velvet and the boot with a piece of gold painted foam. And the second idea is starting at that seam, wrapping around to the back and going to where the zipper is. So basically the back half of the boot is going to be covered with this velvet, and then again that seam on either side where the zipper is, that vertical seam, would be covered with a piece of gold painted foam. As far as the actual boots go, I do have to glue the heel cap back onto this one, but other than that, they're in pretty good condition and I don't really need to do any prep work to them in order to start putting the fabric on. So here I have just cut out a chunk of fabric that I'm going to use for this and just pinned it in place to get a better idea of how it's going to look, and I am really happy with how it's going to look. So now I am going to actually start putting it on. I have hemmed that piece of fabric now, and I did do a double seam. I did one close to the edge just to try and keep things nice and clean and crisp, and then one a little bit farther in to help hold down the seam allowance. So now I am going to start gluing it on. I am going to be using two different types of glue to attach this fabric on. I'm going to be using hot glue on a little bit farther in from the edge to kind of do a quick get it on there, and then clear tacky glue on the actual edge to kind of hopefully be a little bit more of a permanent hold. I think that the hot glue would be fine because of how fibrous these fabrics are, but I am going to do both just to be safe. And I will be pinning the edges down just to make sure that that tacky glue has a very good hold, and I'm using these silver pins that I don't really care about in case something happens to them and they get damaged. And here is a sped up clip of me attaching the fabric to the boots. I'm putting down the tacky glue first because it doesn't dry as fast as the hot glue, and then going in and pinning it all down to make sure that I have really good adhesion. Here it is all dried. I did leave it overnight to dry and everything looks really well. I don't think I'd be able to pull this off very easily, if at all, without causing any type of damage, and I'm really happy with how it all turned out. There are a couple of spots where the glue did seep through just because of how thin the backing of the velvet is, so you can see right there. But overall, pretty happy with it. So now I'm going to put those little foam strips on it just to finish it up. For these foam strips, I am just going to use hot glue and just smush them in there. I'm not as worried about these staying on as I am with the fabric, and also if something were to happen to these, they will be a little bit easier to replace if I ever need to than the actual fabric. And here the boots are all done. I did attach the gold strip to both sides where that fabric ends along the zipper, and then on the other side where that seam is. The zipper still works, which is good. That means I didn't get any glue in it or anything. So this one is done, and I do still have to do the other one, but this is what the final thing looks like, and I am very happy with how these came out. And I think that they will go so beautifully with my costume as soon as I finish the rest of the costume. I hope you found this helpful or enjoyable. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I try to upload the first Thursday of every month, and I will see you next time. Bye!